video, and my rental for today is a 2024 Honda CR-V as my 2012 gets serviced. It is white with some beautiful black rims. Looks like we got Cooper tires on them. No, Bridgestone, which is typical of my Honda dealership. They usually have Bridgestone or Hancocks. This is a hybrid. Okay. This is a hybrid engine. I will have it for at least a few hours, maybe until tomorrow morning. It is an all-wheel drive version. But since this is a hybrid version, this is, I believe this is the 1.5 liter hybrid engine that has 204 horsepower. Power windows, locks, mirrors, CVT transmission. Oh God, yes, I know. Does have a sunroof. The seats are very nicely done, kind of like the Honda Passport I had the last time. Space looks about the same. And we're going to go on a nice little road test with this one. We're going to have fun with this one. We'll try to.
In 150 feet, turn left onto Knoxon Road. Take the next left onto Knoxon Road.
Alright, so we got sunroof. See, we got, this is different than my CR-V. Which pretty much is the standard now. I got something like this on my wife's 2023 Corolla. Oh, this is the basic version. This is got Bluetooth, AM, FM radio. Your Bluetooth.
At the light, turn left onto Titusville Road.
Digital dash. Lights up. You got steering wheel controls for the radio. Cruise control. Got the key fob, not the old key, which I prefer. We got 12 volt USB port. A place to put your regular, looks like an iPhone charger almost. That's discriminatory. Nothing. Nothing to center console. I like the orange stitching around on the seats here, like I had in the Passport the last time. I rented one. As you can hear, it started, because it is a hybrid, started up very quietly. So, I can't remember the last time I even drove a hybrid. The last time I even rented one, I had one a rental. It does have heated seats, even though I think they're pretty much useless on a cloth seats. I mean, like I said, I think leather makes sense to have them on leather seats.
Continue on Titusville Road for 1 mile.
If you live in a cold climate. I think the whole cloth seat thing is a waste.
In 200 feet, turn right onto Knoxon Road.
Just my opinion, though. As you can see, the climate controls are very simple, which I like. The radio controls on...
Take the next right onto Knoxon Road.
The radio controls on the infotainment system seem to be real simple. Again, which I like very much. I hate trying to act like it's a smartphone when I'm trying to drive. And I need a stylus to get the right button so I don't accidentally hit something else. Got your oh shit bars. Your lighted vanity mirrors. and hopefully
Continue on Knoxon Road for 3 miles.
Alright. I've been driving this now for about 3 miles before I made my stop at Dunkin' Donuts. I thought for sure I was going to get the 1.5 liter regular gas engine, the one they call the Earth Dreams. I know they had some oil consumption problems when they first came out. Honda does make the best gas engines in the world, if you ask me, still. So I'm sure they finally fixed their problems. But I can tell you, one of the biggest difference right now I already see, or two of them really, for my 2012 CRV to one that's 2024, 12 years newer, is the amount of noise on this thing is almost nil. I mean, not that my 2012 CRV is loud, because it isn't. But wind noise is almost like my 2012 CRV. Hardly anything. The engine noise, because this is a hybrid, is very, very quiet. It was so quiet I almost thought it had that ridiculous, annoying start-stop feature, which I can't stand in any car. That's why I looked under the hood. I was like, ah, we have a hybrid. Didn't know that. It's pretty much new. It's got 7,660 miles when I drove it off the lot. The other thing I noticed, the road noise in this car, compared to my CRV, is definitely less. Again, it's not like my CRV was loud, but this thing's insane. Ride comfort, suspension. Again, my CRV 2012 is awesome. But 12 years later, my goodness. I gotta check out the specs later to see if the wheelbase is the same. Because this thing is ultra, very smooth. The other thing, because this thing's got a CVT transmission, yep, you guessed it, I'm not a fan. And even though it gives you a very smooth ride in upshifting and downshifting, it's no fun driving a CVT. It just isn't. Sorry. You thank the government for having to give us this crappy stuff because of the ridiculous and insane fuel standards they put on these cars. Compared to my wife's CVT transmission on Toyota Corolla, Toyota put a first gear on their CVT transmissions, most of them anyway. My wife's got one of them, and you could tell hers definitely has more get up and go off the blocks than this thing does. Now granted, this ain't bad, but I know it's a CRV. You're not going to do burnouts or donuts in an all-wheel drive CVT. I get it. But and I won't say it's like having a diesel engine without the turbo either, but I still prefer my 5-speed automatic. Now, as I said, I don't know how the hybrid engines does, but I know the Earth Dream gas engines had some oil consumption problems, which I'm going to assume they have fixed. But I still prefer my 2.4 liter N4 engine. Now, granted, this is going to get, I don't know, geez, probably highway maybe just over 40 miles a gallon, probably. Whereas if I'm lucky, mine will maybe break about 31, 32, which I've gotten on long trips.
In a quarter mile, continue straight onto Arthur'sburg Road.
But those 2.4 liter engines were bulletproof. They were in that car for about I think at least maybe even the first.
Continue straight onto Arthur'sburg Road.
Maybe even the first generation, but they were there for the second, third, and the fourth. And in 2015, the fourth generation got the CVT transmission, which did boost.
Continue on Arthur'sburg Road for 3/4 of a mile.
The MPG ran a highway to about, I think, almost mid-30s, which, you know, does make a difference. Like I said, I think Honda makes the second best CVT transmission behind Toyota, but I'm also going to say I think it's also a very distant second place to the Toyota CVT transmissions. Just my observation from my experience. Please let me know what you think.
In a quarter mile, take the Taconic State Parkway ramp.
The dash, well, the front is definitely laid out a lot different than
Take
mine.
the Taconic State Parkway ramp, then merge onto Taconic State Parkway.
The one on my car seems to be a lot more deeper, and it's more curved, where this is definitely more level and not as deep. I don't like when the dashboard goes in that deep. But today I'm having my basic, I told you I'm getting the detail, but I'm also having the oil change and filter, tire rotation, multi-port inspection. It was also due for the valve timing, or the valve service that comes on there. That doesn't come on a car, but that was needed. So I'm going on a trip with the family to the Jersey Shore. Not sure if I'm going to take my CRV or the Jeep yet. Doesn't matter. But so I'm going to have that done. Plus the light came up for maintenance required. I don't fool around with car maintenance. You pay now, get it over with, or you pay a lot later. But if you're really looking for ride comfort and quietness, you're gonna love the CRV. Wow, there's something I just noticed. I just saw the brake light come up orange, flashing orange, I guess, when I got too close to this Mazda CX-5. You know, listen, I'm all for safety, but I think it comes to a point where it becomes just too ridiculous. I mean, do you really need me to tell me to brake? The other option this car has, which I do like for technology, is the blind spot technology. My wife has it on her 2023 Corolla. I had it on my 2014 Chevy Cruze. That is one feature I do like for modern cars, as it goes on right now. I like that feature very much. I think that's more helpful than adaptive cruise control or automatic lights going on, high beams going on at night. And I even like it better than the backup camera. Don't get me wrong, I still use the backup camera, but when you're going 2 miles an hour, I mean, and you turn your head, do you really need a backup camera? But by law, a lot of these cars come with them now, I think, which is fine. Just another thing to keep eye on when things break. But I'm gonna stop the video for here for now. I'm gonna continue driving where I'm going, and we'll talk to you later. Everyone, we are headed back to the Honda dealership to return the rental and pick up my 2012 CR-V. Took a nice trip today, about 140 miles round trip. I'm gonna do probably about, I'm gonna guess about 210 miles altogether. So I gotta return it full of gas before I give it back. So I guess we'll do a little bit of a mini MPG test of what I did today, since I did get the car at a full tank of gas. Right now I'm at 189 miles for the day. All in all, would I recommend this car, being a two-time CR-V owner? Yeah, I would. I mean, despite the fact that I'm not a hybrid fan, although the hybrids and this car seems to work real nice, I would probably just buy the 1.5 liter gas inline 4 Earth Dreams, and by default you're gonna have a CVT transmission. In fact, while I'm at it right now, I'm gonna test out the AC. I was enjoying the sunroof all day. Let's see, full AC. It is about 81 degrees out according to the temperature on my phone, so be a good time to test out the AC. Let's see, pump up. AC mode. Nope, don't want that one. Yep, that's the one I want. Straight out of the vents. AC on. Here we go. Alright, yeah, so I would recommend the CR-V. These things have been, since they came out, I think it was in 1997, these things have been bulletproof. First generation was a bit on the ugly side, but man, they could take a beating, keep on going, very versatile. Same thing with the second generation. But I still prefer my 4th gen 2012 CR-V. Truth be told, if I had to pick, maybe I would go out and buy a RAV4, because they're still using the, I think right now they have a 10-speed automatic transmission on their RAV4. I'd just rather have a traditional automatic transmission like that, and I still think Toyota makes by far the best automatic transmissions. Or maybe I would consider the CX-5, which is now sharing a plant down in Alabama with Toyota, so their QC has gotten better over the years because of it. But I could definitely recommend the CR-V. Hopefully one day I could try the regular inline gas model. But man, was this hybrid quiet. The car overall is very quiet. There's a lot of soundproofing. And the biggest, forget the engine, the road noise on this one is so much less than my 2012. And like I said, that's not like my 2012 is very loud either. It isn't. But this is just unbelievable. Come on, BMW, move over. So, car handles good. I mean, thank God I didn't have Bambi jump out in front of me. I didn't have to maneuver real fast because of a jerk driver. I got to enjoy the day. Went down to the Jersey border just because I can, and because I was born as a beautiful day. And I pretty much recommend any CRV, almost any year. Although I am definitely love the 2012 to 2014 version. Or the second generation version. I like the second gens also. I think those were from 2002 to 2008. Those were good years also. It does come in several drive modes. I've been in economy mode the whole day just to see what gas mileage was like. But it comes in a normal driving mode. It comes in a sport mode. And for the winter time, you have a snow mode. But like I said, I've been in economy mode all day just to save on gas. This is not my car. And like I said, I was hoping to do a mini MPG test, and we'll do that when we get to the gas station closer to the dealership. I'll show you what that's like. I like the layout. The layout on this model is very basic. Very standard knobs for the AC, the climate control, the radio. Steering wheel controls are pretty much flat out forward. The digital dash looks nice. I just prefer analog. Because when, God forbid, that thing breaks, it's just... I've never seen an analog dashboard break. Or at least very rarely. Alright. I gotta go. My daughter's calling me. Call my daughter. So, I always want to know how these rentals work. When do they sell them by? Do they sell them as a demo mode? I mean, do they sell them as a rental? How does that work? As you can see, the sign right there for the airbags is still on, so I guess they try to keep it as new as possible. I don't know how this works, but man, if I was going to buy a rental, I want a pretty big, steep reduction of price, because you know how people are with rentals. Heck, you know how people are when they rent an apartment, how much of a jerk they can be. Maybe I don't know. I'm not going to try to toot my own home, but character, integrity is important to me, so I like to take care of all my stuff, and my wife's the same way. She's got strong character, integrity also, so, but hey. But as for the CRV itself, I'll lower this. The AC is pretty good. Granted, it's not the hottest any day. It's 81 degrees. A bit on the humid side, not bad. It's still only May 20th, so. But the cargo space back there, I checked it out. It's pretty good. Folding the seats down is a cinch like my 2012 is. So. Interior is very well done. I like the materials for the most part. And hey, you get what you get with a Honda. This is why, when it comes to cars for my wife and I and the family and my daughter, it's Toyota or Honda now. Yes, I am still a Jeep guy, but that's me. That's my thing, my toy. But for family outings and for my wife to be safe, and pretty soon, before I blink, I'll be looking for another Toyota Honda for my little one. So that's it for now. When I get I'll get to the gas station. I'll show you how much gas I use, and we'll do a quick MPG test on the 2024 hybrid CRV. Just straight from the dealership, so we gotta fill up before we bring it back. Let's see how much gas she takes. done about 205 miles, I think. So we'll just see how fuel efficient this was for my 200 plus miles today. And you consider we're paying $3.70 in New York right now for gas on credit, and $3.62 if you have cash. And they mean cash. Use a debit card here, they're charging you the same as credit. I don't like that. Alright, so we'll call it 5.2 gallons I put in. Alright, let's figure this out.
Mistaken. Taco Bell's also for daytime, which is why it's introduced.
Alright, let's see how many miles we did. Let's see, where's the calculator? Alright, 210 miles divided by 5.252. 40 miles to the gallon. 39.98. Wow, that's good. Listen, if you're willing to spend the money up front more, now I don't have the prices of what the hybrid to gas is, but if you're willing to pay more up front to save money on gas in the long run, well, as long as you're willing to pay the extra cost on maintenance on a hybrid, because everyone, if you don't know, hybrid mechanics require a much special training, more advanced training. So, and you pay for that. The hourly rate for those guys are more than your regular gas guys. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to shut this video off. When I get back in my car, we'll do a quick comparison of the 2012 versus 2024 CR-V. We're going to start her up. I guess there was, I don't know if they had to use the AC just to park my car. Alright, let's get all adjusted here. Alright. As you can see, she's nice and clean. The inside. The outside, the only complaint is they could have done a little bit better on the rims. Well, a little residue, not too bad though, but boy, she smells delicious now. Let me see. Let's get her up there. There we go. Let's get her up here front. Oh, let's head out. Let's compare now. All right, well, listen. Again, you'll love the 2024 if you love a quiet ride, you love a quiet engine. If you love getting 40 miles a gallon in mixed driving and 210 miles, you love that. If you just want something you know is rock hard, reliable, and durable, I'm going to stick with my 2012. The 5-speed automatic and the 2.4 inline engine are legendary. I just like the 5-speed automatic transmission. I'll give up MPGs to get better performance. Don't get me wrong, it is not a speed demon or a racer, but I do prefer it over the CVT transmission any day. That is basically the main difference. What else? Steering. Steering on the 2024, I would say definitely on the tight side. Both responses, but the other one definitely feels a little bit on the heavy side. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you got any questions or comments on either my 2012 CR-V or the 2024 hybrid model. I will do my best to answer your questions. Like and subscribe to the channel. What's your opinion? I'd like to know. Your comments down below. And we'll talk to you much later, everyone. Be safe.